All right, we're on hole number 9. Let's go check out hole number 9. Hole number 9 is an absolute, this is the albatross shot. This is the shot. A bunch of people this week are going to get albies on this hole. It's not going to be like everybody gets an albie on this hole, but if there's a hole on this course that you want to think about getting an albie, this is the one. Now you can get over here in one-on-one play. I get over here all the time with Quasar. Because normally in one-on-one play, I don't really, unless I'm on a hole that's either in a tournament or I'm on a hole that has a trick shot and I'm just practicing that trick shot so that I can make sure I stay in touch with it. I don't normally pop out big balls here. Now, if you've got a headwind in one-on-one play, a Quasar is going to be rough because it'll get out here, but it's pretty tight. But in tournament play, we do not want to make anything hard on ourselves. So I'm going to bring a Titan, an Extra Mile, and a Backbone. Those are the clubs that I'm going to use here. And I'm going to bring my Hornet as well because if you get far enough up there, you can get in your Hornet range. We want to get into our Hornet range. That's the goal. Just in case, I'm going to bring some I'll be fine with my Sniper or my Guardian. I'm going to bring a Backbone. And I'm going to bring a Hornet. And everything else should be good. And I'm going to bring a Titan. Because I want to make sure that I have plenty of distance on the other side and I can get as far a run as possible. Now there was a hole that was that I put in the play in the setup, and it is not the same as what was on the original list at Golf Clash Notebook. So I don't know if they put the wrong hole up. They got the holes mixed up. But there is definitely one of these holes that's not the same as what was in the original list. So we've got a Quasar here, and you can, like I said, you can easily get, especially if you've got a tailwind like this, you can easily get over. I think I'd want to use just a little bit more overpower than that. But they might dribble over. And they did nicely. Very nice. Yes, nice shot. Quasars work fine on this. Like I said, I use a Quasar on this hole all the time. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to give myself enough room so that I can hit it great to the left or the right and still end up over. Hit it great to the left. And I should be fine. Just barely, but enough. That's the key to setting up. As you go up this, as you go up, and you can see people, watch how other people are making their shots, and it's really important. Like if they make an error, but like look at how they set their shots up. And in most cases, when I watch people and they make those errors or they hit a great one side or the other and they end up in the rough, it's not just because they didn't make wind adjustments. And I see tons of people not make wind adjustments. They're used to the lower tours and they think, hey, wind's not really that big of a factor. But as you start getting up, where you start getting 5, 6, 8, and you start getting up in the higher winds, as you move up the scale, you're going to have a system to adjust for that wind. But the other thing I see them do is they're just not giving themselves enough room. They set the ball up, and they're like, hey, they set the ball up where their only shot is to hit it perfect. All right, we can go for this because we've messed around on some of the other holes. And this cup is, you can see where it's on that mound. It's really hard. It's really hard to get to it. And you can see if you're close how much bounce you have. I like to pull out here a little bit where I'm a little flatter. And I can try and put a little topspin on it and get to the hole. Yeah, I'm just not getting the feel that I like to get on this hole. It's almost like they've changed this hole a little bit. Let's see if we can just get up there on it. Now, see what happens? Used to be able to come back a little bit and the ball would flatten out, but it's not wanting to do that anymore. I'm not going to adjust the wind out. I'm just going to take the shot. Hit it perfect. Some of these holes, when they come up in tournaments, they make slight tweaks to them. And those slight tweaks, while they don't look like they're big, they have put a lot of thought into those tweaks, and those tweaks change the dynamics of how that hole, how you approach the cup in order to get that eagle or that hole in one or that extra shot. And this is one of those ones, I think that they've made a slight little tweak on the front, because you used to be able to pull back farther and it would flatten out and you had more of a run at it. You weren't involved with the hill so much. But I'm pulling it back quite a ways and it's still wanting to bounce straight up in the air. All right, that was hole number 9 of the Easter Open Tournament in Monday's practice round. Hopefully everybody can pick up a few nuggets of information out of that. I'll go back and watch the videos myself and see how I set up some of those shots and make my notes. I try and play a little organically, where I'm just kind of making shots and seeing how it goes and seeing what works and what doesn't work. And then when I go back and watch the videos, I can go, nah, I don't want to do that. Or, hey, I like the way that went out there, and I brought the wrong second club. Or, hey, I like how it did and I brought the wrong ball. Or I didn't need to bring that ball. I didn't need to go that high. I could have went down. Or maybe I need to bring a bigger ball. So I try and pick up those little things in the practice rounds on Monday, so that I can then work on those on Tuesday as I qualify my practice account. And then on Wednesday when I practice my main account, or go in with my main account to try and qualify, because qualifying has become a huge deal. You need to have a great score in qualifying. So these people up here with 13s, they've set themselves up, because as you know, when you get down in the pack and you're in the 100, you're in an opening round or a weekend round, there may be, we're looking at 26 as being the top. There may be 30 people at 22, at minus 22. So if you can get that 23 and not have to deal with the tiebreakers of all those people, you can move yourself up. But the tiebreaker stuff is super important. So having a great qualifying round and a great opening round so that you can have those tiebreakers is the difference. I mean, it really is a huge difference. And just in the last 5 tournaments, I've come in second and third where I've shot 30s and had fantastic rounds, and ended up not winning because I didn't have a good qualifying round. So having good qualifying rounds is really important. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll shoot my other round and I'll post it too, and hopefully we can work these holes out and get better and better as the week goes on. Have a good tournament.